Hey there, fellow sword fighters. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts Garrison. Episode 45, Finding Someone Who Really Cares.
So I got my helmet off. I gotta remember to plop the helmet back on if I go /meet again. And once we're done doing some basic restoration, especially of the doors, which flicker annoyingly, as you can see, we'll be on our merry way. So the reactor room is still hot, and I think I need to expand the reactor room just a tad to get fixed. But we do have Orange Way. I just don't want to be doing that while I'm attached to a meat ship, because it's very easy for the meat to creep up if you're not paying attention to it. Yeah, 77 Fahrenheit is pretty reasonable temperature. It's not going to be killing me. So the doors are fixed. I'm not well rested again, but not surprising. And then if we take the look at the damage overlay, which is this one, you can see where my ship was and where it got added to, and the added to obviously is in terrible disrepair comparatively, but that's to be expected. Okay, we're getting scanned by Port Authority for I think the second time. I already had another message on my nav that I ignored because I'm within compliance, so like I don't really need to pay attention to it. Wow, I didn't realize my flask was so dang empty. I might want to try to get to the sink here, although this sink is not exactly convenient to get to. So maybe I'll do that on a different ship. So let's push off. Let's leave this ship behind in our dust and go to another derelict, because I think there's other new derelicts around. Seeking out one that has I don't even know what we're after. Maybe an eyeball? A goat eye, or better yet, the parts we need for the rooms we're missing. I wouldn't mind grabbing one more cooler to bring it up to a total of 4. 2 for the main cabin, 2 for the reactor room, and I think that should be enough cooling to... Shut up, Naomi! No, I don't want romance help from you. I don't want to talk to you. Ever. Unread messages. Static. I ran out of fuel. No. Good luck. And I'm within transponder compliance. All right. So, another derelict. There's one down here. So there's 2, 3 new ones, I think, that we've not been to. So we'll head to this one. It's closest. Man, trying to adjust my bearings. There we go, that's good. Throttling up. 20 minutes, that's fine. I'm breaking this spacer code. I'm pathologically shy. I don't talk to other people. When I said no, I was just like squelch static. Maybe if they request again, I'd say yes. I'd change my mind. You know, damage default is not a bad way to just see what the hell you want to see. It's like the world without shadow or light. It is kind of cool to see rainbow damage with lights in field of view. Like the whole world in a creepy rainbow. I mean, even old red, that's like manageable. That looks so weird. You can understand that as the main reason you became a truck driver? You didn't want to have to deal with people? Yeah, you're your own boss. How's the tools? That one's fine, that one's fine. Although the GOT angle grinder is running pretty low on charge, but it's not like I use it very often. There we go. I was literally about to say, huh, it's been a while. I'm surprised we're not ready to dock yet. Does the meat expansion stay the same? So, as far as I'm aware, once you, like, leave the sphere of influence of a ship, it becomes frozen in state. Meaning, like, if you stab a guy and they're bleeding out and you leave, they're just, like, in a constant state of bleeding out. I believe it works that way, don't quote me. But that's obviously... A lot of games use, like, that concept of, like, parallax rendering and the like. Oh, this is a tiny little thing. Because if the whole world around you is constantly being, you know, constantly changing, that's very hard on computers. That's hard on processing. Okay, put the steel away. So what do we got here? We have a person. So in the pressure view, so if we go to visor and we go to pressure, you can see people like much easier. So we have Cares Harris. Well, Cares. I'm not a Care Bear. Care. So we are gonna do some terrible things to you. You're remembering family? Well, I guess that's a nice thing for you to remember as the last thing you remember. Slash with the solution to piracy. Stab with the solution to piracy. Nope, they hurt me. They're a little tougher than the normal one. I'm like temporarily stunned. They quickly struck me. What did they strike? I'm hampered by pain. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to get med attention after this. They're down though. Oh no, they tackled me. Oh, that's what's going on. Recovering. No, don't muse about attractive women. Get up. Oh, well, they broke my suit. Well, let's get back to my ship. So, they broke my suit, but I'm not, like, particularly injured in the scheme of things. And I just knocked them down. So, I am in severe pain. Let's go ahead and, pop our spare suit on, taking our helmet off, because we're going to asphyxiate if we don't. Spare suit's on. So the spare suit has a terrible battery and bad filters, but it's workable. Oh, there we go. I fixed the aux level at least. So let's get rid of the battery that was in it. And I'm going to put this battery on the ground because it's in horrible condition. So the bad CO2 filter's on the ground too, so it's basically a fresh suit now. Now we're going to want medical attention. Let me take the suit off again. So if I right-click on me, I am in pain. And where's the cloth that I have? Here it is. Scrap cloth clean. I'm not getting any bandage prompts. It looks like my left arm, there we go, is now bandaged. And then my neck, or head, I guess. It's letting me bandage anything. Hip as well. I'll just bandage everything. What's a little cloth, right? Alright, Cares. You were a most formidable foe compared to most. You had a tactical knife. Also, where are you? You are bleeding, winded, unconscious. Okay. Strip. Drag. Doo-doo-doo. Jettison. I never killed them. The last I saw them, they were doing just fine. Okay, so they've broken nav. Crate. Crowbar. Ox bottle is somewhat pressurized. They had 2 tack knives. Okay. What about this crate? This crate is locked? No? 2 grav? Okay. What about the sink? Ah, we've got water. Nice. I don't know why I said it like that, but happy to find water. Cares? Cares was a pirate. 100%. I'm not, but Cares was. Visor. Default, or damage. Actually, default. Without lights or FOV. That makes my life a little easier. So, broken thruster, broken pumps. Yeah, really not much at all that I would want off this place. So let's leave. And what I think I'm going to do is I am going to make a stop back at K-Leg. And switch out the bed I have, and then also go to the medical terminal. So the current priority right now is to heal. Does the second bed in the bedroom have a backup suit? This one? No, I'm wearing my backup suit. This one just has grav pens. Had a backup helmet, but not suit. I'm currently using the suit. I also wouldn't mind buying some painkillers. Trying to get to K-Leg's gonna be a little hard because it's somewhat obscured by the asteroid. I'm not going to be doing my best work injured. So I'll repair stuff, but knowing that, like, my repair rate sucks. As I'm sure you see. It's, well, it doesn't suck, but it's slower. It is weird that we're repairing the, like, uninstalled floor stacks over everything else. I should have jettisoned them. One thing I can say, a nice thing about that pirate, is they never tried to surrender. They fought until the bitter end. That's more respectable than most. Most of them are like, surrender! I surrender! It's like, well, why would I believe you? You attack me and then surrender and then attack me and then surrender? Let's see how we're doing. We are going to whiz by a little bit, and that's intentional, because the asteroid's in the way. Yeah, I'm definitely in a decent amount of pain. And that's exactly why heal is the current priority. I will, I'll seek remedies for my maladies. And then I'll also be able to sell the nav stations that I don't need as well. It's not a pretty ship. My ship looks like an angry totem pole owl, maybe? Like a big frowny face, like imaginary eyeballs with like square wings like totem poles have. At least that's what I think I look like. The other thing I could do once I get back to K-Leg is after I do a little bit of like medical treatment and the like, is to rest, because rest is nice. And yeah, I was planning on upgrading to the medical bed. So I'm going to be going to the med console, buying some painkillers, getting a healing injection, and then buying a med bed. That is exactly the plan. Alright, we're probably around K-Leg now. Yep, I overshot it a little bit. That's all right. Is it an upgrade? It's less comfortable. I probably won't ditch the bunk, but it will help me heal from my injuries. So it's like a side grade? I think technically it's less comfortable, but like, it's something we're gonna want briefly while we recover. Then once we're done treating that, I'll also work on getting coolers set up in the reactor room. Because we don't have any, and that's going to be a problem. As nice it is to be able to crack an egg on your hull and cook it, it's probably not healthy for the ship. I have the slow healer trait as well. Yep. Even with the slow healer trait, it's not so bad. Like, some games, slow healer is like, you take forever. This game is, tolerable. Even on slow. Given every benefit that you can have. I guess is the proper caveat. It also depends if you have any other physical traits. like health conditions, like hypovolemia, stuff like that can slow down your healing rate. All right, we're here. Character's not thrilled about that, I'm sure, but I wish I could just, like, ignore everything that NPCs have to tell me. That'd be nice. Wow, yeah, I really am walking slow. I'm certainly injured. Before I do the medical stuff, we do have some things to sell. So the scrap cloth that's sort of used, I'll get rid of. I don't really need the access hatch. I don't think I'm ever going to use it. I'm going to be keeping more of the Orange Way stuff, but I'll sell the other floor B. And I think that's it. The other thing I'm going to need to do to pick up, or is some food. We have water, but we did run out of decent food fare. So 9 Szechuan beef. Yes. My guy knows what he likes. He just buys a whole lot of it. So if you wanted to heal, here's the deal. Let's go to the commercial district. I'd also like to, I mean, I think these new rooms are going to be just like generic empty rooms. I'm curious how the ship rates them. But heading to the self-care kiosk. And 1 for trade. So trade is going to be for, let's say, 18 clean cloths. And then let's not go like hardcore hydrocodone, but do actually we're in a decent amount of pain, so I'll buy 2 of those. Done. And then medical services and nanorobotic first aid treatment. Pay for it. And done. Before we head over to the sundries dealer, which is elsewhere, I want to check out the shipbroker and how our ship is faring. So, ship rating. It's weird that it like opens up random bays as I'm doing the rating. So we got the reactor room, engineering room. These side rooms aren't even registering as stuff. But it's a towing room now. It's not an airlock. That's cool. And then sell for, so it's up about 300 grand or 250 grand thereabouts from the last time I checked. And that's just like empty rooms and like 2 coolers. So that's neat. All right, now we're going to go to the sundries dealer and get the med bed, because the med bed will help us heal. So we're going to go to the old emporium and then sundries, buy the bed, and then my character is both wounded and sleepy, so 2 birds, 1 stone if I just like go to sleep. The other thing I'm going to probably end up doing, I think for now, I will try to salvage the things I need for the remaining rooms, but after I exhaust the derelicts that are out there, I'll just bite the bullet and buy them. But I do know that I'm going to need wall lights. So let's buy 5 more. And then we want the medical bed. 55 grand. Because that little missy wanted to stab me good. Yeah, it is definitely beef. It's, I mean, there's no cows in space. We know this. How much did that, oops, nope, don't do that. How much did that tank sell for? So I don't really care about money that much. So where is that tank? Yeah, it sells. I mean, it doesn't matter that it's worn. It's the what's in it that matters. So there we go. 42 grand for that heavy water tank. Perfect. Oh, also let's sell the meat. Or meat that I have on the ship. Because that will probably part for pretty good. Yeah, another 10, almost 10 grand. Okay. Uninstall on the bunk. So the bunk here is comfortable. And I think that's one thing that the medbed does not have, if I recall correctly. I'm just gonna like install the bed over here. Ah, I'm so slow at this. Okay. Oh, I think will work. I think it will still be plugged in. The other thing I could do is to open up the door to the reactor room. Let the heat flow freely from the reactor room to the rest of the ship that has coolers. And then I can spool up the reactor and not have to worry about power. So, because I don't want to sleep essentially attached to K-Leg, because I don't like K-Leg enough for that. Alright, before we do that, let's put the bandages, or cloth in this case, and meat, or food away. Because my inventory's like full as hell. And then one of the hydrocodones. I'm definitely going to take a dose though. Inventory. You've used a prescription pain reliever. No longer hampered by minor pain. Sweet. I'm not going to worry about the anything else at the moment. Oh, that's my towing brace. So, pushing off and taking a little nappy nap in a med bed. After maybe replacing my bandages. So in terms of derelicts, there's one here, 2, 3. Oh, actually, there's a bunch. I have 4. I count. Not bad at all. I'm gonna push away from K-Leg, and then once we get far enough away, I'll match speed so we don't like super drift away as we sleep. Oh boy. And also getting away from K-Leg, because K-Leg attracts cowboys. Like, this dude is flying at K-Leg fast. So I don't want to be so close to the port that I attract attention from cowboys. Okay, I think I'm good. Sleep time. So, the medbed does not have a comfortable modifier in it, so I think it's actually physically less comfortable than the bunk. But given my injuries, the medbed is going to be better. Good. It is 18. So, sleep time. Soon sleep time. I keep queuing up collisions. All right, how about that? I am pushing away from K-Leg. I have so much nitrogen that actively drifting away from K-Leg should be fine. Okay, good. I'm hungry, selfish, disconnected from others, and thirsty. And I fondly think of my moments with Naomi, who I spoke to once ever. Oh, good. You know, that sounds healthy. So now we're set to work. Let's take another dose of the pills. I just eat the pill? Okay. Thought it would be a little bit more descriptive than that. Drink water. Go to the bathroom. And then I think what I would like to do is to dock with a new derelict, because I'm sure there's new derelicts out there. And then expand the reactor room to accommodate... Oh, you know what? I didn't even spin up my reactor. So I should spin up my reactor before I like actually run out of power. And then try to get the reactor room larger so that I can install the coolers in there. Would be nice. All right, here we go. Battery power on. Why is it flashing? Oh, because I'm paused. All right, the core is vacuumed. Good. Next step, Lazaline. Or autosave. Lazaline. Pellet feeder. Cryo. Cryo. There we go. Fuel regulator with the fuel coils front and rear. The MHD. And then ignition. Wait for it to sort of balance out, and then stick it back on charge. So my pain level is minor, not severe anymore. Okay. This should be coming down to like 4 soon. Well, so the reason it's really high is it's pushing a lot of like, for lack of a better term, fuel into your reactor chamber, and then once it is filled with fuel, it sips. And everything is pretty nominal here. It all looks good. So I'll set it to charge. Cool. And it will still... It keeps going down even if I'm not staring at it. All right. I forgot to change my bandages. If they even need changing. Those are the major ones, I think. The one on my neck, I'm not really sure how to cover. But as far as I can tell, yeah, this should be fine. Alright. Updating the priority again. We are headed to derelicts. And expanding reactor again for cooling. Ev, thank you for the resub. And yeah, I don't usually stream at this hour. But that said, I will be in like 2 days. because of the marathon. But I had relatives in town, so I pushed everything back. Because they... Oh, whoa, I am way the hell out. Okay, alright, I gotcha. Yeah, I hard drifted to the edges, which is fine. Like, I was mostly concerned with not hitting K-Leg and, like, dying, so drifting way out here is fine. Figured that was going to be the case. That just means I need to do a high-speed burn back to the belt. And then use my timer app. So we're headed to the closest derelict, which is here, I think. I'm moving at 350, ETA 27 minutes. So let's go ahead and set a time for 20 minutes. Then do some restorations in the meantime. Hello? Oh, roster. No, I fixed the roster. What are you just standing there for, man? Go find something busy to do. So we're pretty close to having the ship restored. If we look at tricolor, you can see that there's a few hot spots. But for the most part, the ship is close to, like, A rating. Just this little corner here is not so great. Or this corner, the cooler corners. The three coolers are definitely keeping up with the reactor's heat. It's staying at about 298, 299 Kelvin. And that's not going to kill us. It's warm, but it's like room temperature warm. Not boiling. We should be coming up on that. Up there, I was about to say. We should be coming up on that alarm. Ooh, you know what? There's a new derelict, I think? Like right next to us? Let's get there. Gonna be a little annoying because we have an amazing amount of cross velocity to kill to stop in time, but it's fine. Drinks on you. Cheers. And the good news is, Crimson, my internet's working again. So it won't take me 3 days to upload a stream's worth of content, which was frustrating. That was so annoying. Yo, Eric, move it. No, what is... Clobbered by a memory of the dumbest thing you've ever said. Right in the feels. It's Lotus. Thank you for the resub, by the way. It arrives without warning. A memory from long ago, so embarrassing, it's so superheated by shame that it feels like molten metal poured down the center of your back. Why did you say that? The question haunts you. You could have said anything, quite literally, and instead you said that. You see their face, their eyes, their pained wince. Your rational mind assures you that you've forgotten by now. Surely, they've lost track of that catastrophically stupid thing you said. But the soul is not rational, and the memory is not fair. So here it is, here it sits, the dumbest thing you've ever said, the moment as fresh now, years later, as it has ever been. Wow, it's going to take a couple hours to shake that one off. Yay! We feel great about ourselves. Let's see. Outcast, intimacy desperate, contact unnoticed. Okay, let's try to fix some of this. Before we dock. Okay, so we did the intimacies fixed. The family is getting fixed by remembering family. Now we're supported, and soon we'll do the contact. There we go. So we've mostly fixed our our mental anguish, for lack of a better term.
Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Ostranauts.